Can you hear me now?
I am looking for you.
Yeah, look for me, find me, and let me know if you can hear me before we even start. That was a lot of talk we was doing, and then all of a sudden it started messing up. Then I got to charge my phone up. But I said, let
Oh,
me try to get this in. I think I got about 10 minutes. Yeah. Let me know if you can hear me before we start.
okay, hold on, let me find you.
All right.
Okay, I got you.
You got me. Can you hear me?
Okay, I got you.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ooh, okay,
Yes.
turn off the feedback. You got to turn that feedback off. Kind of mute it. Kind of mute it. Mute it. Mute it. Yeah, mute it. Do something with it. All right, we back on. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. A lot of y'all probably think I'm speaking tongues, but I'm just calling out on the Heavenly Father and His Son in the Hebrew language, the Hebrew tongue. All right, we back. I'm sorry about that, man. I know the phone's about to die, but I think I got about possibly a good 10 minutes on what we talking about. Uh, y'all couldn't hear me because I had, the other line. I didn't hang up the phone, so that's why you didn't hear me. All right then, Miss Jeanette, what's up with you? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing all right. You know what? We did some awesome numbers yesterday, man. We was down there at over 3,000 yesterday, man, and that's good.
Oh,
We pushed,
wow.
yeah, man. And I just started yesterday, really. This is phone conversation podcast with your boy Terry Price. So I think this is a better format. I like to engage with people, talk to people, because I like people to talk to me, and I like to talk back, and we converse and we talk about whatever it is to talk about. But
Mm-hmm.
one thing is very disturbing to me. We're gonna recap back to what we was talking about is people that keep talking about God and ancestors talking to them. It sounds like some type of spookism. It's very annoying because I just witnessed when I was in California. I witnessed a woman tell my cousin she had a trial. That she had to go a 4-day trial dealing with my granddaddy's estate. She called and made it let it be known that she wanted to prophesy to my cousin. And she told my cousin that the case that you're dealing with and what you're going through, you're going to win. My cousin, what, 2 days later, 3 days later, she did not win that case. And I'm confused because this woman told, this woman said out of her own mouth, and I'm gonna have to give her a call, and we're gonna have to have this talk. Why did you lie on God like that? Have you ever experienced where somebody told you God told them this to tell you this, it didn't happen, and you know the arrogance with people. Instead of them just saying, well, hey, that was the bubble guts in my stomach talking, I'm sorry, I confused that with God. They'll sit around here and say, well, I guess it wasn't God's will. How is it the Bible tells
It's
us
not
it's
his will what he told you that it was.
the Bible tells you that it's in God's will that every man be of good health and to prosper as well as your soul prosper. So how is it you're gonna kind of come away from your error and you're gonna turn around and have the arrogance to say, well, I guess it just wasn't God's timing. What do you mean it wasn't God? You said out of your mouth that God told you
Right.
you're gonna win your case, and my cousin was believing that. She lost her case 2 days later. So who's to blame for that? I'm not gonna blame God. I'm gonna blame you because you didn't have no right to lie like that. And you should be
Mm.
terrified to lie on God like that. You should be. I mean, these people are running around here lying, talking about God and the ancestors are talking to them. I just don't believe it. I just don't damn believe it. I don't believe it at all. I mean, what's your take on that, Jeanette?
I don't, well, let me tell you about me.
Right,
When my daddy died, and I used to think that my daddy was talking to me,
right.
but it came to be, it was just my thought, my wishful thinking.
Just your imagination, like that song
That
by the Temptations,
yes,
right?
it's just your imagination that he was talking to me.
Right.
So it was just her imagination.
And you know what? Let me say this. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Let me say this. The Bible clearly tells us that Christ is the mediator. We have to go through Christ to get to the Heavenly Father. Believe it or not, you don't have to believe it. I know I got a lot of religions out there. I don't follow religion. I follow truth. I follow what the Bible say. It completely tells us that we have a mediator that petitions on our behalf. That's just like when you go to court. I'm gonna use this as an example. You cannot directly talk to the judge unless you have permission to. I'm going.
Right.
I'm going somewhere with this. You cannot go to the Heavenly Father unless you go through Christ. Now, all these weirdos talking about they talking to God, hearing from God. I don't know, man. I'm confused on that. I'm confused. I'm confused on that. I'm confused on that. It goes to show you that everybody's not talking to God. They just saying something.
Oh, they talking to
All in
me.
their mind.
Like my mama said on the side of me, God is not talking to.
He
God
said
is not.
he said he wasn't talking to me. God been talking, I'm
We
talking
gotta
to him.
understand, man. God is not dealing with nobody. And if you read your Bible,
Right.
especially the Apocrypha, that's the other books of the Bible that they take the Catholic Protestant church taking out. It tells you that God is going to make a visit to this world that he created one day again. He has not came back to this world. If he did, believe me, stuff wouldn't be going on the way it is. And it said that his glory is so strong it can't even this world can even contain his glory. So what that tell you? But you got
Yeah.
people running around here confusing their brain and their thinking with God talking to them. You got to remember you got a brain and your brain is actively thinking even when you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a computer. It's constantly thinking. So you thinking a lot. And I think sometimes people confuse their way of thinking with God talking to. And we know the ancestors ain't talking. We got a lot of black people running around here talking about the ancestors talking to them. And black people is fourth or fifth citizenship today, not second no more. I mean, I just don't believe in our ancestors talking to you. I just you can't get me to believe that when we'll talk about that at another time. But I believe that we've been so conditioned and we are so entertained by what we watch on TV. A lot of what you see on TV with these mega churches is propagandist entertainment. It's not real. It is not real. It's entertainment. It's to get you to believe something that's not really going on. Go to a gospel concert, Kurt Franklin. They put on a good show. You know, they do the wop, they do they do the jiggy with it. There's no difference between light and darkness no more with church. You remember the times where you can watch an old Mississippi Mass Choir gospel tape. Man, you going before you finish watching that whole video, you gonna start crying. You gonna start
Yes.
repenting
Yes.
and you gonna start speaking in tongues,
Yes.
whatever you do. When I went to a gospel concert and didn't feel nothing. I'm talking about the younger generation. They don't have the spirit of the ancestors. If you want to ask me, they don't have it. They don't have it.
Yes.
I went to a church. I just did. It wasn't like it's not like it used to be, man. And when I watch these videos, I'm not trying to diss Kurt Franklin and all them. It's entertainment. It's not about soul saving no more. It's just putting on a show, entertainment. These gospel artists, they might as well just become R&B singers. That's really what they want to be. They
Uh,
want to be. They want to be. They want to be secular rappers and R&B singers, but they don't know how to go about doing it. But let me help you. There should be no man sitting in another man's lap at a gospel concert. It shouldn't be no woman gospel singer saying ooh ah at a gospel concert.
right.
Like we don't even have the respect for the Heavenly Father no more, man. What happened to our what happened to our integrity, man? We don't have it no more. And when you say something, they say, "Oh, you quick to judge, you judging." The Bible said that we can judge righteously. We can judge righteous judgment. not judging according to appearance. I'm not saying look at somebody. No, we can't go by that. But I have every right to judge you according to what I see. If I see you twerking on stage at a gospel con, I have every
At the
right.
church, right?
I have every right to say you wrong for that. I have every wrong. If a pastor asking for some money and he turn around and say don't give to the homeless people like that Keon Henderson out of Florida, Shaq's ex-wife husband, I have every right to say you wrong for talking that way. How dare you say don't give to the homeless people? The Bible, and see, this is why I say a lot of people don't read the Bible. The Bible say don't give to a sinner. And you know what? I'm going to look that up. Wait a minute. I said something. I want you to look that up for me. Don't give to a sinner. See, we waste our time talking, but we don't do no studying and do our own homework. Yeah, when you get a chance, look that up for me, Gene. Look that up. Yeah, look that up for me. So, what is really going on with us today, man? We keep blaming white people for where we not where we at. We keep talking about Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Kamala Harris has not yet. See, the black agenda never comes up in the conversation, not even with the UN. You always hear about Palestine, the Israelis, and all that. Nobody ever brings up the agenda about what to do with you. Don't you know how many people with money and riches drive through the neighborhood to get to downtown? Because downtown is surrounded by ghettos. They see the activity going on. But why no one ever gets together just like they do over there with the pilgrims with the little hats? Why nobody ever get together and say, let's help these black people to overcome what they're going through? Why we're never ever talked about at the United Nations? Why it's never brought up during election time what to do? Giving black people don't need no job. We need some wealth. You need a career. When you over 25, you need a career. You don't need a job. You need a career that has some good benefits. How in the hell every time somebody bring up black people, well, black people, they need jobs. They need jobs. That's the only thing you hear about black people. Oh, they need jobs. They need jobs. That's the only thing you hear. They need jobs. And I get mad at the churches because the pastors under the 501(c)(3), they can set up educational programs where they don't have to spend a dime. I said if I was a pastor of a church, I can tell you, if I was running for office, I can tell you exactly what I can do that can fix everybody. Not just black people, that can fix everybody. At your church, we would set up a program where people can go back to school and get their GED or their high school diploma. I will also set up where you will learn a trade. I will have it where you could take up become an electrician. You could do plumbing. You can do security. You could become a nurse or a nurse assistant, medical assistant. You can do some brick masonry. This is why the Mexicans don't never complain. You know why? Because they have a second skill. They have a trade under their belt. When the economy drops, the Mexican people can all huddle together and say, yo, let's start our own business. You know how to do plumbing. I know how to lay down brick. Hey, he know how to do roofing. This is why you'll never see Mexicans complain. And I'm not hating on them. When a black person lose their job, oh baby, I love my job. I don't know what to do, baby. That's because black men don't have a skill. You got to have a skill more than just rapping. Teach these people how to work with their hands. The churches can do that, but they don't have no interest in fixing the community like that. I come to find out they don't have no interest. Only met one pastor. When I sent the mass message to all the pastors on my Facebook, reaching out to them to say, hey man, how can we fix our people and stop blaming white people? I only had one pastor that reached out to me out of everybody. One pastor that had a desire, that understood where I was coming from. Just like running for office, we don't need a black person in there for photo ops. We need somebody that's going to get in there and just going to fix the damn situation. These people that run for office, every time you ask a black person, hey man, what's going on? Why we don't have no programs in our community? Why I got to go to the white neighborhood to go to school, or to do some type of program, or go to a food pantry? Why in the hell I got to go across town to do that, when I should be able to do it in my own community? And you know what the leaders tell you? I asked the leader. He said, well, the white people got my hands tied behind my back. I can't do nothing. Well, what the hell we got you in office for? You cannot get me. Sometimes white people have more interest in helping black people than black people. You can't get me to believe that a black person asked white people to help the whole term that they was in office, 2 to 4 years, and all the white people say, nah, we don't have no interest in helping black people. You can't get me to believe that, knowing how many white people that have helped me more than my people. You can't get me to believe that. I met some white people, they asked me, they say, man, won't you help your people? I said, I'm trying, them niggas don't want to listen. I had my own doctor. He's from India. He's from India, and he's a Christian person. He told me, he said, man, your people need help. Why you not help your people? I said, what am I supposed to do? He said, you need to educate them and tell them what they need to do. Stop playing the blaming game. Every time I try to get with black people, they say, well, you know, the white people ain't gonna let us do that. It's the white people hold me back. And you got black people that's in the same office. They can make things happen, but they don't want to make it happen. They got the same position as a white person and have the nerve to tell me, well, man, the white people got my hand top. Chris Nettles, that's his name, out of Fort Worth. That's his name. I was thinking of his name. I went to a meeting and I couldn't believe what was coming out of his mouth. He said, I'm trying to help my people, but the white folks got my hands tied behind my back. And black people are so stupid enough to keep voting him in. If you feel like the white folks, y'all need to get somebody in that's going to be willing to tell the white folks, I need y'all to undo your hands, put your hands in front of y'all, and I need y'all to help. The Mexicans are doing it. This is what I don't understand about black people. We have seen the Mexicans grow at a numerous rate. They got colleges in their community. They have shopping malls. They got Chuck E. Cheese. They got food places, auto mechanic, insurance places, all in the Hispanic hoods and communities. And we still ain't figured it out. Won't somebody of a black person would just go into the meet with these Latinos and these Mexicans and say, yo, what y'all doing different? I can tell you exactly what the Mexicans do. I remember back in the 90s, Mexicans used to be very emotional and hyped up just like we are. Protest and blame the white man for everything. I don't know if y'all noticed it back in the early 90s, late 80s and early 90s. And you have to ask yourself, well, what happened? Why they not doing it like that no more? Somebody had enough sense out of the Latino and Mexican community. We're not going to get nowhere playing the blame game, because there ain't nobody going to feel sorry for you to help you. Somebody had enough sense out of the Latino community to say, we got to sit down at the table with these people. And I've been asking, y'all need to stop having Donnie B and United Mind just to sit with the mayor of Fort Worth, where he went in there and cussed the lady out. Y'all definitely ain't going to have the white folks want to help you. I said, somebody with some enough sense and intelligence need to sit at the table with these people and say, hey, we need a contract. We need to make a contract with you guys, with the city. This is our demands. This is what we want to do. We don't want to play the blame game. We're not getting nowhere. That's why you don't see the Mexicans doing what black people used to do no more. This is why they blowing up. They got their own hotels. They got their own resorts. They got everything. It's like heaven, Mexico 2.0 when you go into Mexican neighborhoods now. Building up the homes. The homes are looking so extravagant and beautiful. And we still doing this. Oh, say and you see. Oh, we still got our hands holding our hands together. Still holding our hands together because we allowing fools to lead us. We allowing fool. Man, I used to be deceived with that blame the white. I used to be caught up in that. Man, it's the white man fault, man. Man, the white man fault, man. And I had to learn. It ain't the white people holding me back. It's me holding me back. It's these leaders holding us back. Reverend Al Sharpton. How in the hell you gonna talk about racism and he flies back to New York to his penthouse where he pays $13,000 a month and he got a young white girl?
Wow, for real.
Listen, man, these black leaders ain't about a damn thing. I had to get delivered from that because I'm really thinking these black leaders really for the people. No, they not. You can't get me to believe it. The proof is in the pudding. All you gotta do, go to Shreveport hoods. Go to the hoods in Fort Worth, Dallas. Go to LA. Go to all these places. The black people are doing horrible. When I went to California, and I'm from California, the Mexicans are balling. Ooh, they balling. Black people ain't, nah. Black people ain't doing too good, man. And I'm just gonna be honest and tell you the honest truth. It's all right to have a barbershop and a chicken shack and a hamburger stand and all that. I'm talking about on a global level. We're not doing good. The Mexicans has bypassed us, which is nothing wrong with that. I support my brothers and sisters of the Latino and Mexican and Afro community, Afro Mexicans and Latinos. We're not doing good, y'all. They lying. Black people lying to us. We're not doing good like we thought, like we should be doing. Okay, let me read some of this. I got a lot of messages coming in. Wait a minute, hold on. The government made the system what it is. That's true. The system is what it is. So since we know that, what we gonna do about it? That's why I'm at with that kind of talk. The Bible said that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So we know wicked people and evil people run this world. We know that. But God never said we couldn't thrive through this evil system. That don't mean we can't thrive and we can't be great and do great things. And we can't fix our community. That doesn't mean we can't do better. You feel what I'm saying? We've been using that. We've been using the system as an excuse. The system just dropped the case from me, so I can't be biased about the system. The system worked for me on a certain situation, so I can't be biased. When I had people that look like you and I, they try to railroad me and do me in because I didn't want to take part in a lustful ritual. But I'm not going to even get off into that. Oh, yeah. I appreciate if you ever come to UK here, hey, man, thank you, man. And I need to come to UK, man, because we need to stop blaming white people for everything. The Mexicans, the Latinos, let me say Latinos, they used to do the same thing we're doing. You don't see them out there doing that no more because somebody had enough sense to say, hey, we need to sit at the table. Somebody black need to have enough sense to say, I need to sit at the table with the mayor. I've been saying that for the last 2 or 3 years. I need to sit down with the mayor. I know y'all gonna hate this with Trump. Ice Cube sat with Trump or Trump's people. They ain't been showing this on TV, but Trump has been talking about the $50 billion platinum plan for black America, black entrepreneurs. Trump said black people, the problem is with black people we don't hold no wealth. We don't hold no bet in the fight is basically what he was saying. They don't show that part. So I can't be biased. This man is the only man that have said something about doing something for black people, rather he do it or not. Ice Cube brought it out. They shut him up. Ice Cube said he met with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden early on before they was elected. He said he was turned down. He was coming to them about doing a contract with Black America where black people would start getting a hold of owning their own businesses. Just like you see the Asian people, they got Chinatown. I can take you to Chinatown right now. Chinatown, they have their own security department, their own shopping malls, supermarkets, nail salon, distribution company. That's what's very important with black people. As much as we spend money on wigs and weaves and hair and nails and shit, we should be owning this stuff because we the $1 billion people. Everybody makes billions of dollars off of black people every year, trillions of dollars. And we don't have our own distribution. We don't have our own businesses. So the platinum plan that came under Ice Cube. Ice Cube said he went to Joe Biden and them. They said, well, we'll revisit that if we get elected. Haven't heard Joe Biden and Kamala Harris talk about it yet. Matter of fact, she's not even for reparations. But anyway, let's go ahead. Even Obama turned down reparations for black people, but he gave the pilgrims with the little hats billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. Okay, then. Let's go down to Trump. Ice Cube brought the idea to Trump. And I saw this. I'm not telling you what I'm thinking. I saw this. And Ice Cube talked about it. You can find some videos. He went to Trump. And you know what Trump's people said and what Trump said? Yo, let's revisit it. Let's do that. That's what Trump said. That was his response. He didn't say, let's wait till I get in office to revisit that plan like Kamala Harris and them. And they've been in office damn near 4 years and you haven't heard them talk about it yet. But Trump said, yeah. And he brought it out on one of his rallies. I think it was one of his rallies he brought it up. He said he want to sign a contract with Black America where we have enough money. That's what's keeping us back. We don't have the money. And we don't have these black people that have money. They're not trying to put money behind this kind of project. So Trump's saying, okay, it'll be so easy for black people to come up during Trump era. It's going to be so easy. Just like when he was president last time, I owe the RS a lot of money. Under Trump, he had signed some type of waiver or some type of bill where I don't have to pay it back no more. So I'm not biased. I'm looking at both sides. Looking at both sides. You know what I'm saying? So Trump said, hey, I'm going to sign the $50 billion platinum plan with Black America. That came from Ice Cube. So y'all saying Ice Cube is sell out? That came from Ice Cube, man. That came from Ice Cube, that idea. And Trump happened just to bring it up during one of his campaigns, tours, his lectures or whatever you call it. He brought it up and he said, that's what I want to do. And I think he's serious about it because he brought it up when nobody had been talking about it. He didn't have to bring it up. I keep telling people the Latinos are the swing voters. Those the one that can, whatever Latinos vote, most of the time, that's who's going to be the president of the United States. Because it's more of them. They're more together. They really don't need the black vote. Not like that. Not like we think they do. They don't need the black vote. They really don't. So we need to get ourselves together. God ain't never told us to just sit down and don't do nothing. Don't do no footwork. And he gonna do all the footwork. God is gonna use you to do the footwork. We need to sit down with the mayor and we need to explain to the mayor. This should be happening all over the United States. Mayor, this is what we need to do. Because all the Asian people in Detroit, they buying up downtown Detroit. They was smart enough to say, you know what, we can't play the blame game. We need to put our money together and buy. They buying up all of Detroit. The Asian people. Pretty soon you're going to see nothing but Asian people. And I cannot get mad at them because my people can do the same thing they don't want to. You can't even get two niggas together to rub a nickel together. And you know I'm telling the truth. Drive around in your hood wherever you at today. If you don't believe me, all you're gonna see is beautiful churches and ran down houses. The landscaping is horrible. Beer bottles everywhere, the damn grass up to the damn roof. All people walking around looking like zombies.
Rocky told me.
You say what, Mom?
He went to vote, he said he voted for Trump. I didn't ask him, so I voted for Trump. Because I don't trust that lady.
I don't trust either. And a lot of people don't know, under Kamala Harris, when she was a district attorney for the state of California, where I'm from, more families was broken up and more black men went to jail under her. Facts. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So y'all can't use that black card. Well, you should be voting for her because she's a black woman. She's not a black woman. She's Caucasian or Indian. Well,
Yeah.
we believe in our culture. You of your father, the seed of your father. If her grandfather was Caucasian, that means her. No matter how his features look, you can't go by looks. He's Caucasian. There's a lot of Caucasian that look like black people out here. You can't go by that. That's what we believe in our culture. You are of your father, not your mother. Even though her mother was Indian, she does have Indian. She's not a black woman. That's been proven too. Y'all sound stupid running around here talking about she's black. She looks like a black woman. That don't mean she's black. I met a lot of people that look black. Wasn't black. It was Caucasian. Because when you mixing, sometimes you can take one side more than the other side. If you see Kamala Harris' sister, she looks like a full-blooded person from India. I don't know if y'all ever seen her sister. She don't look like a so-called black woman. Kamala Harris just happened to look like one. Okay. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk on that. But this is just a cry to my people. When you see your people doing bad and you see the only answers that they have is it's the white man's fault. 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 I can't pee straight because of the white man. I can't think straight because of the white man. I can't see straight because of the white man. Every time I ask these questions, that's the answers that I get. Oh, the white man got my own. Well, we don't need to put you back in office, nigga. If the white boys, if they got your hand tied, we need to put somebody in there that's hands that's not gonna be tied.
Right.
They don't want to vote for me. I want to run for office, and them black folks shut me down. They say, "Oh no, we can't get him up in there. He gonna want black people to do right. Can't get him up in there." Start making up all kind of lies on me. I mean, hurt my feelings, man. I was hurt. I thought I was the best candidate to get up in there and try to the stuff that I'm telling y'all, get some stuff started. We don't want him up in there. And you see United My Justice. Racist, lustful, slimy, grimy organization. They still walking around here like they don't owe nobody no apology, like they ain't did nothing wrong. Y'all trying to have me act like Jaguar Wright. Forget United My Justice and forget Donnell Ballard, you sleazy, grimy animals, you dogs, you race hustlers, rape baiters. My people can't never make it by you blaming the white man. How dare you? You trying to say my people are less than white people by telling them that? You slimy, evil dogs. United My Justice, oh my God. The horriblest organization I ever been a part of. Horrible. And they say they for black people. Y'all niggas forgot that y'all try to railroad me. Because I want to genuinely help my people. It's a difference between somebody want to help. You got some black people they want to help, but it's a difference when you genuinely want to help. See, everybody look at help. They think giving a turkey every Thanksgiving is helping black people. Would you rather have turkey, or would you rather have somebody give you the blueprint so how you could become wealthy? How can you purchase your home and own your home? How you can come up and get a good career? That's the person I need to vote for. Damn, 50 years old and they still talking about you need a job. No, nigga, you need a career with some benefits.
Right.
Gene, what you got to say, babe? I've been doing all this talking. What's up? What you got to say? I've been talking, running my mouth.
I have enjoyed every bit of it. I have. And the only thing I wish that some of our famous people, like 50 Cent, they will follow his footsteps.
Right.
Take a community and help build it up.
That's right.
My hat's off to 50 Cent for what he's doing in Shreveport.
Hey, shout out to 50 Cent. Yes.
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 If we get all our people like that on board, like what he doing, we can pull our stuff out.
Yeah. That's true.
Pull our stuff out.
That's true.
But that's a start.
That's a start.
Let's
Yes.
see what he. That's a start.
You're right.
Come on and follow him. Help. Instead of spending money on cars, food, women, strip club. Help us. Help us to help other people.
And you know what? I'm reading some of these comments. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all I'm saying. I just shout out to Citizens. I am so proud of what he's doing. And I'm from Shreveport. So I know how he is down there.
And we so numb and so used to living the same way year after year until when we have intellectual conversations the way we have it, what I'm having with the audience out there for people that don't know me and I don't know you and talking to you, we always have an excuse instead of owning up to our shit and holding ourselves accountable. It's like it's the norm for us to be doing bad. Like we're used to it. And if anybody comes to say y'all people can do better, it doesn't resonate with some people. And like I said, I got some Caucasian people right here from the UK. I got other so-called black people. They totally understand what I'm talking about. We've been so stagnated and so slowful on this word race. The only way that you can overcome racism, is through ownership and wealth. I've been preaching that for years. You don't hear Asian people. Do you ever hear Asian people complain about race?
No.
You know why? Because they have their own. All you gotta do is go to Chinatown. All you gotta go, you can go to Grand Prairie, Texas, right here between the borders of Arlington and Grand Prairie. They have their own everything. So that means they don't have to go to nobody and worry about racism. I've never seen an Asian person go to no soul food restaurant. Have you? Okay then. But I've seen black people go to a soul food restaurant. I mean Asian restaurant. Oh yeah. When you own your own, you don't even think about other race of people. I know this because I've been on both sides of the fence. I, I don't even think about racism. Not to a point of I feel like I have to be dependent on other race of people to help me. Am I saying racism doesn't exist? I'm not saying that. I'm not talking about walk around and be blinded. Because those people that practice that, they need to be held accountable for it. But what we gonna do? It's 2024. What we gonna do, man? What y'all ready to do? Y'all ready to make a movement and make things happen? Or y'all want to just say, it's the white folks' fault. I can't come up. I can't come up with the white folks' fault. And I'm seeing all the other race of people thriving. You got all the folks that come from Africa, Pakistan. They balling out here. They ain't been out here a month. They get around they people, man. They people turn them on. We don't do that. We get around each other. It might been a damn fight. We just don't have a certain. We have a certain level of respect for one another. This is why we can't make it. We can't come up. I tried to be a part of the black organization groups. Look how they did me. The girl got mad because I didn't want to be her puppet. I didn't want to be her sex maniac. This is a black organization. This ain't no white one. This is a black person that did this to me, not no white person. So y'all think I'm about to get caught up in that? And you know, Gene, you know what I was going through.
Yeah, yes, I know.
This was a black organization. I came in with fresh, new, bright ideas. I was like, man, we could do this. We could do that. We can meet with the mayor. We can get some stuff happening. I want to go ahead and get a hold of that shopping mall so we can make it just a mall like they did LeGrand Plaza out here in Fort Worth, Texas. Man, we can make that a mall, man, that we could thrive and make some money. We can employ these kids. You're going to find out it's more money to be made off of you being stupid than being smart. And black folks is the gatekeepers of it. The black people know if everybody's doing right and doing what they're supposed to be doing, they can't benefit off your ignorance. That's why Benjamin Crump and all them, they only come out unless it's a high profile case. Al Sharpton, high profile case. We give Jesse Jackson a pass. You know, Jesse Jackson, he's just chilling right now. We don't even have the sense of urgency to want to do things different. We have people that have lost their lives for us, and we spitting right on them. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, all Thurgood Marshall, all the great Jackie Robinson, all the great so-called black leaders. And I say so-called because I don't like to use that word black. I'm just using it for the time being of this show. You talking about the ancestors talking to you. Ancestors ain't talking to you when they see how we doing. We supposed to be doing way better than what we're doing today. For all the stuff that they've been through and what they've done. Maya Angelou and all them. The ancestors would spit on us. You twerking every damn chance you get on social media. But then you talking about you looking for a godly man. You got these women talking about they look for a godly man, and when you go on their profile, that's all they doing is shaking their butt. That's all they got to offer. They don't have nothing else to offer. What happened to the days when women had more to offer than their body?
Right.
The men the same way. All he have to offer is a rap song. That's all he got to offer is a rap song. It's sad that we don't have no skills, no type of trade that we learn. Just in case we go through another recession, all the black dudes get together and say, hey man, you know, I know how to do this, plumbing, electrician, you know how to fix toilets, and you know how to remodel this and do this, do roofing. That's why these young black men are suffering. They don't have no trade. Dr. Umar Johnson been telling y'all the game. He said, forget college, y'all need to learn a trade. Because sometimes in college when you have them degrees, you can't even use it.
Sure can.
I know people that got degrees that can't use it because they got into something that's in high demand. How in the hell you gonna be an artist when it's a thousands of artists that know how to draw better than you, but you got a degree in it? Dr. Umar Johnson told us, y'all need to set up trade schools in the community so these young people to learn a trade so they can know how to do something. Auto mechanic work. Black men love cars.
They took it out of school. Back when I was coming up, you know, they had that.
Yeah.
Took it out. Because they didn't want our black kids to know nothing. They want us to depend on the system.
Well, it's time for us to put those trade schools right back through the community. And we don't have to solely depend on the churches because like I said, a lot of pastors, they don't want to be bothered with that. We can put it back in the community. It doesn't take that much. You need students and you need an instructor and you need a place where to have it at. That's all you need. It's not that hard. So you waiting on them to put it back in schools. They're not going to put it back in school.
They're not.
They're not.
No.
So that's why we need to take it upon ourselves to put it back in the community. Like the Mexicans do. They got trade schools in their communities. They even got a college. What's working for the Latinos? We need to ask the question, hey man, what y'all doing different? Y'all used to be where we was at. How y'all bypass us? Somebody need to have enough sense to sit down with the Latinos and ask them, what y'all doing different from us? Because I know in California they balling. That's all I seen was Asians and pretty much Hispanics, Latinos. They got all the businesses. I remember time Mexicans didn't have businesses. Not like that. Can we do the same thing? I don't know. Good question.
It's not can we, do we want to? Because we can. But
And that-
do we want to?
And that's why I say I'm not convinced that we want to. Until somebody convince me otherwise, I'm down with it. Can't no one man do it by himself. Every time I bring it up, a nigga asks me, well, what are you doing for the community? What am I supposed to do for the community? Put me in office and I'll show y'all what I can do for the community. That's how we saw that. See, there's ways of solving these problems that we have. God has given us the blueprint, but we don't want to value it and we don't want to use it. God never told us to wait on a man to save us or to do something for us. You'll never find that in the Bible. God ain't never tell you to blame the white man and wait on the white man to save you. And the reason why I say white man, because for some reason we have a psychological issue going on where that's all black people worried about is what the white person thinks. How he feel about me? Do he love me? You notice we get in competition with all other race of people. It don't matter unless it's a white person. We still have we still on the plantation in our minds. It's not the system. It's your mind. It's your way of thinking. Your outlook of life is different. That's why you got black people that are doing good and the ones that's not. The ones that's not doing good, they start hating on the black folks that's doing good because we tend to think different. God has renewed our minds and gave us a different outlook on things. This is why we have a war going on between black people. Because we try to help the black ones that's not doing good, but they don't want to take their route. They want you to do the whole footwork for them. If your shoes is untied and I tell you to tie your shoes, why would you get mad at me for telling you to tie your shoe? Just get down there and tie your shoe. But you don't want that. You want me to get down and tie your shoe. And if it takes that for the ones that's willing to do differently, I'll do it. I'll tie your shoe. If you really need me to tie your shoe, I'll tie it. But if I tie your shoe and you still stand in one place, you ain't trying to go nowhere. You ain't trying to go nowhere at all. You're not trying to go nowhere at all. We just got to quit playing the game. Man, I had people tons of messages. Okay, let me see where we at. Ooh, man, it's a lot of messages. Let me say this about Renee. What's that? Renee Hinkle. Trump. I'm not looking for Trump to do nothing for me. I don't. You shouldn't vote looking for somebody to do something for you. But if somebody is talking to me, you vote according to who's talking to you. Anybody that say they for all people, they lying to you. You won't get my vote. But Trump has happily came out and said he wanted to do a contract plan with Black America, the $50 billion platinum plan. That sounds like somebody talking to me, right? Okay, then. Let's proceed with that. I'm not looking for... I believe in doing for self. You do for yourself. And you just vote somebody in that's going to be willing to meet your demands or do the job or what they say they're going to do for your people. Why would I vote for somebody? If somebody got up there and say, I'm only going to do for Asian people, why would I vote? Why would I vote that person in office? It just makes sense that way. Just to kind of help you with some clarity. Let me see. I got some messages. All right, thank you, brother. I appreciate that love. Amen. Somebody, Cream Puff Kid, asked me, do I go to church? I go to church. Not only that I go to church, but I believe the church is you. We the church. We is what make the church. The Bible said that God doesn't dwell in a building that's made by hands. That's why it's so important for you to keep your temple clean. But anyway, I'm not gonna jump off into that. Okay. Yeah. You just going to a building, that's just fellowship. You're supposed to
all it
be, you're
is.
supposed to be learning the word, but it's like I say, just entertainment now. I like that. Some people feel the rain, others just get wet. Feel the rain. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
That's
like
good.
that. Okay. Let me see. I thought that was J. Cole. I thought that was J. Cole that was on here. Loner Stoner 666. Okay. He got the man code. I see you with the 666. That's the man code. That's a sign of man. So you all about
Yes, it
self.
is.
You all about self then, brother. Okay. It's never the problem, but the people behind it. If somebody, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna close out. Seem like to me you know that there are people behind what they doing. Since you know that, does it mean for you to continue living the evil, selfish way that you continue to live? And just like a person that sell dope, they say, "Well, we didn't have no ships to bring it over here, and we didn't do this. The white man, coincide pro and all that kind of stuff. The Black Panther Party." I can tell you from my experience with dope, selling dope. I remember I wanted some quick money. My mom wasn't making enough money. My dad wasn't around like that. I was mad because I wanted a starter coat and I wanted some Jordans, and my mama couldn't afford them. I took it upon myself to try to go on the block with my cousins and a friend of ours at the time. They gave me a bag of rocks. I never told people this story, but I remember it like it was yesterday. I was a real young man. I might have been in the 8th grade. I went on the block of Bonnell. Matter of fact, it used to be a store on Bonnell where my mom was from out there in Lake Como. It was a Bonnell store. I remember I was out there and thought I was cool. Had my hand in my coat. I think I had my pants down. Not like these kids do today. I was sagging just a little bit, trying to feel myself, you know what I'm saying, feeling important and feeling like I'm a thug. I remember a woman came up to us. She said, "What y'all got? What y'all got? What y'all got?" And he was like, "Yeah, we got this, you know." Had a dime. I think we had dime rocks. Shit, probably had a nickel piece. Shit, we probably had a 50 piece. You know, the 50, the big 50 that you could put on the pipe. And my cousin said, "Hey man, go ahead and give that to her." You know, he took the money from me. He's like, "Go ahead and give it to her." And I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I heard Tupac talk about a story like this too when he was young. It's it wasn't in me to do it. I couldn't sell that woman a rock. The first thing came to my mind, I'm destroying somebody's life. This person can OD when they buy this crack from me. See, I'm the guiltiness, the spirit on me. You know, God has convicted me of it. Like, don't do it. And my cousin looked at me. He said, "Man, you ain't gonna serve him." I said, "Nah, man." He took that. He took the man. Give me them rocks. And I said, "Yo, I'm about." I said, "I'm about to walk up." I said, "I'm about to walk back to Granny house." And he was like, all right." I said, I'll talk to y'all later, man." My cousin came back. You know, he had his money. He was ready to buy his. He was ready to buy his shoes and a starter coat. It wasn't even worth it, man. Even though I was mad, I didn't make no money to buy a coat and all that kind of stuff. I was just like, you know, it's gonna get better for me. Now I can buy me a starter coat. Thank God I'm able to be out to buy one. I'm buy me a starter coat and some Jordans if I want to. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh. All praises. So I learned from that. You don't have to become a victim of the system. You don't have to be, well, you don't have to be, because sometimes, unfortunately, circumstances can happen. You don't have to be a victim of uncircumstances. You don't have to be a product of the system. Since you know that, then you need to educate other brothers and sisters on what they need to do. And I tell people, don't sell that, because they didn't understand the game. And with social media, I definitely wouldn't try to get in it now. But yeah, I couldn't sell a rock. I walked up to my granny house and that was it. I never went back out there to try to sell a dime rock or any type of rocks ever since. No pills, no nothing. That was a choice that I made. I could have reneged and tried again and go back out there. I was tempted, but I didn't go. So it's up to you. It's what you decide to do, man. Let me see. Super Cyan Duck. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing? Yeah, Loner Stoner wasn't playing, boy. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, he left me a lot of comments, man. Yeah, Loner Stoner. Brother from the UK showing love, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. We ain't playing the blame game no more, man. We're going to follow God's law, statute, commandments, man. That's where we at right now. No more excuses. No more excuses. We taking accountability now. Because ain't nobody going to feel sorry. Ain't no white people going to feel sorry for you and say, well, let's go ahead and just, let me give these black folks my whole check. Not going to happen. That's what y'all waiting on.
Ain't gonna happen.
You waiting on somebody to feel sorry for you. It's not going. I'm laughing just to be laughing, but I used to think it was going to happen one time, especially at work. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I used to think all these celebrities.
Like you get $1 raise at work.
I used to think all these celebrities was going to get together and help black people. I'm talking about the black celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to happen. I like Snoop Dogg and all them. They ain't about to all come together and help us. No, sir. They're just going to keep giving you that music and keep telling you to go buy a T-Mobile phone. You don't take my word for
And we're
it.
gonna do just that.
You don't take my word for it, man. I just go by what I'm going by what I see. What time is it, Jane? What time is it?
It is 12:34 now.
12:34. All right then, man. We got it in. We got it in. You know, I encourage people, when you study in the Bible, the Bible is full of law, statute, commandments. It has the blueprint in it. I even tell you to study the other books of the Bible, such as the Apocrypha. This used to be the original book. They used to be a part of the King James Version of the Bible. But see, a lot of people don't believe the Bible, and I'm going to talk about this on another video. I'm just kind of closing out. What's so important about it, you're going to miss a lot of important instructions that's in there that helps govern your life and helps you with everyday living. But see, you've been taught the Bible as it's a fairy tale book. That's why you're not believing it. But when you look at the book as your constitution, your way of living, your way of life, it even tells you how to heal yourself if you're sick. That's how I look at the Bible. I look at God's word. I look at this as an instruction manual on how to govern my life and govern my family and my children. We got to start reading the word, man, getting in the word more. Read them unpopular scriptures and verses. You know, learn who you are. What is your purpose on this earth? What are you here for? Who are you? What is your purpose? That's where you need to be at right now with your life. What is your job? I found mine. You better find yours. Until next time, thank you for tuning in to Phone Conversation Podcast. I'm your host, the Honorable Terry Price. I'll see you at the next video.
Later.
Oh, that was a good